Hello YouTube, it's Pro Digi here, back at it again. Now I'm bringing something back that's a little bit janky, but at the same time not really. Although my version might be a bit more janky than normal. I'm talking about Classic D-Brigade. Let's get into it. So this version of the deck that I'm running is actually not going to be very much powered up thanks to the new Police D-Brigade stuff that we've gotten as of late. This will be more of a strictly just classic style D-Brigade. But it does utilize a couple of the new stuff. But for the most part, it will be 100% just classic D-Brigade. Now, if I actually had some more of the Police cards to go around, I probably would add some of the newer cards. So by all means, if you feel like this is a much weaker version and you would prefer the more powered up version that uses the Police, I will not blame you. But anyway, let's get into this. We got... Now, actually, your first thing you should probably know is I don't really have a specific egg in mind for this deck. I have thought about Missimon, but I also have thought about Pumamon. So it's really just whatever Black Digi egg you feel like works best with this deck. But anyway, going into the rookies, I am running 2 copies of BT4 Commandramon. They have on deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandramon among them without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. I'm also running 2 copies of, pardon me, this is actually the exact same card, it just looks different. So we're actually running a grand total of 4. I forgot this card is actually the same card. That different artwork threw me off for a moment. But yes, this is basically the same thing. So we're actually running 4 copies of this version of Commandramon. I'm also running 4 copies of Starter Deck 5 Commandramon. Yes, it is a 4 cost to play it, but it has 5,000 DP for a rookie. Then I'm running 2 copies of EX3 Commandramon, who has Decoy D-Brigade in its traits. So what this effect basically does is that when one of your other Digimon with D-Brigade in its traits would be deleted by an opponent's effect, you may delete this Digimon to prevent the deletion. So consider him like a bodyguard for some of your other D-Brigade stuff. I'm also running 2 simple copies of Commandramon from BT5. Yes, they cost 4 to play, but they do have blocker. So a nice blocker on a rookie. Now, going into our champions, we are running 4 copies of the newer High Commandramon. It is considered a D-Brigade as well as a Police. And it has a rule trait on here that says it's considered to be Commandramon. Now it has, when attacking, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 card with D-Brigade or Police trait and a play cost of 3 or less among them without paying the cost. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck in any order. He also has the inheritable of all turns once per turn. When this Digimon would leave the battle area, other than by one of your effects, by deleting one of your other Digimon with the D-Brigade trait, prevent that from leaving. So again, just more protection for the stack itself that you build on top of this guy. Then we have 4 copies of EX3 Sealsdramon. He is a D-Brigade. He has jamming. So he can swing into the opponent's security, and if a Digimon gets revealed that has higher DP than him, he can survive. He also has the inheritable of your turn once per turn. When you play another Digimon with D-Brigade in his traits, it gains Rush for the turn. So if you do get off one of your mini effects that can potentially play something, it will gain rush and can swing that turn. Now going into our ultimates, we are running 4 copies of Cargodramon. This is D-Brigade and Digipolice. It has on play when Digivolving. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 card with D-Brigade or Digipolice trait and a play cost of 4 or less among them without paying the cost. Trash the rest. It also has the inheritable of all turns once per turn. When one of your other Digimon is deleted, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandramon among them without paying the cost. Trash the rest. Then our other ultimate level 5 for the deck is 4 copies of Tankdramon. He has, when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Digimon card with D-Brigade and its traits and a play cost of 5 or less among them without paying the cost, and trash the rest. He also has the inheritable of your turn once per turn. When one of your Digimon with D-Brigade and its traits attacks, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandramon among them without paying the cost. Trash the rest. So as you can see, we have protection for ourselves as well as others, and we're just trying to get more bodies on the board. Classic D-Brigade stuff. Now I am running a single copy of BT-14 Brigadramon. He is D-Brigade and Digipolice. He has when Digivolving, delete up to 7 play cost total worth of your opponent's Digimon. So that effect may or may not go off in terms of what your opponent has. It also has your opponent's turn. All of your Digimon with D-Brigade trait gain blocker. It also has the end of your turn once per turn. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play up to 7 play cost total worth of cards with the D-Brigade or Digipolice trait among them without paying the cost. Trash the rest. Now, with all this trashing, we are going to run a single copy of Darkdramon from BT4. He has Rush, so he can be played and automatically attack that same turn. He has an on-play effect of return up to 5 Digimon cards with D-Brigade in their types from the trash to the top of your deck in any order. And for each card you return this way, gain 2 memory. So essentially, this guy can get to where he does not cost 13 to play, he only costs 3. Then, I'm running 4 copies of EX3 Darkdramon. Now, he offers a similar effect. He has, when you would Digivolve into this card, you may return up to 5 cards with D-Brigade in their traits from your trash to the top of your deck, to reduce the Digivolution cost by 1 for each card returned this way. So he costs 5, but he could cost 0 to Evo into. He also has your turn once per turn. When you play another Digimon with the D-Brigade trait, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost less than or equal to the Digimon you played and unsuspend this Digimon. So with all those other effects that are making us trash stuff from our deck in order to get more bodies on the board, we also have ways of putting stuff back. Now going into our tamers for a moment, I'm running 2 copies of Kazu Shioda. Start of your main phase, if you have a Digimon with this cyborg or machine trait in play, gain a memory. That is pretty much all of our D-Brigade / Digipolice. He also has all turns. When one of your Digimon with cyborg or machine in its traits becomes suspended, you may suspend this tamer to draw 1 card and then trash 1 card in your hand. So, a little bit of some digging, a little bit of hand filtering. Our other 2 tamers that we're running is 2 copies of Izzy Izumi. He's going to be the memory fixer for the deck. Start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, set it to 3. He has on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. If all the cards revealed are black, gain 1 memory, and then place the cards on top of your deck in any order. Now on to the option cards, which we actually run quite a few for this deck. Running 4 copies of Ultimate Flare. This has main trigger Digivolve 3 on one of your opponent's Digimon. So you'll trash up to 3 cards from the top of their Digimon. If it has no Digivolution cards or it becomes a level 3, you can't trash any more cards. Then you delete all of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 3 or less. So you Digivolve something pretty big, and then you can blow up a bunch of weaker things. Its security effect is to activate the main effect. Then I'm running 2 copies of Parabolic Junk. This card's security effect is to add this card to your hand. It also has the main effect of one of your Digimon gains on deletion, gain 2 memory until the end of your opponent's next turn. So what this is going to allow us to do is we can play this for free, and then we can use it on a body, and that body until the end of your opponent's turn gains on deletion, which is great for, say, a blocker. And it's also great for when you just want to go ahead and put it on a body, swing, and if it dies, which is very possible, you're going to gain 2 memory out of it. Then I have 2 copies of DCD Bomb, which is considered a D-Brigade traded card, just for reference. This card says main Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Then by returning 3 cards with D-Brigade or Digipolice trait from your trash to the top of your deck, delete up to 6 play costs totals worth of your opponent's Digimon. So again, this is going to help us refresh our deck if we're running low, so we don't have to worry about decking out. It does some Digivolving and some removal. Its security effect is to activate the main effect. And then last, to help us search for stuff and fill up that trash, I am running 4 copies of Pride Memory Boost. Now what this card does is a little bit different compared to the other memory boosts that we normally see. This card says, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 black Digimon card with a play cost of 4 or less among them without paying its memory cost. Trash the remaining cards, then place this card in your battle area. So it helps us get a body out, but also trashes stuff. And then while it's in the battle area, we can pop it on a later turn to gain 2 memory. But that is it. That has been our version of a classic, but slightly modified and updated take on D-Brigade. This has been Prodigious, and I will see you next time.